In 2015, I traveled to Indonesia and was fortunate enough to spend a month exploring the beautiful island of Bali. Since then, I've been waiting to return with Ken and introduce him to this truly magical place. 7 years and a pandemic later, the stars aligned and we packed our bags for Bali.
And I'm Ken. Welcome to Bali.
We started off our adventure in Ubud, which is considered the cultural heart of Bali. Ubud is located approximately 1 hour north of Denpasar Airport. There's no shortage of sights to see or activities to do here, and it serves as a great jumping-off point for day trips.
For accommodations, we stayed at an amazing villa called Rumah Cinta, which is located in a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts, but within walking distance of Ubud's bustling downtown area. This hand-built, traditional Balinese-style villa is a little slice of heaven, and with 3 bedrooms, it's perfect for families or for a few couples looking to share an accommodation. Did I mention the affinity pool? One of the highlights of the house, for me anyways, was the 2 open-air bathrooms. I mean, look at this. And how, you ask, does it feel going about your morning routine in this outdoor tropical oasis? Or being pelted by rain while taking a hot shower during a downpour? It's fucking awesome. But for those of you who prefer to be a little more discreet with their bathroom sounds, don't worry, there's an indoor bathroom too. We've included links to Rumah Cinta and other smaller accommodations that our Balinese friends are renting in the description below.
There's so much to see and explore in Ubud. One spot that should be on your list of places to visit is Ubud Monkey Forest, where over 600 Balinese long-tailed macaques live. Monkeys are revered in Balinese Hindu culture, but don't let their innocent little faces fool you. These mischievous primates will not hesitate to climb up your legs or jump onto your back and run off with your possessions. So heed the warnings posted throughout the park. Hold on to your sunglasses. Keep your purses and backpacks zipped. Do not feed the monkeys and do not look them in the eye. That being said, walking through the picturesque park is a fun experience, and the monkeys are highly entertaining. Some tend to be a little camera shy, while others go about their business as if you weren't there. Even if it's for a brief stop, Ubud Monkey Forest is definitely worth a visit.
Some streets of Ubud can get very busy, and occasionally it can be a bit of an adventure simply trying to cross the road. But branching off these streets are nondescript roads or pathways that quickly transport you from the bustling center of town to scenic walks, where the buzz of motorbikes give way to the soothing sounds of trickling streams and a chorus of birds and cicadas. One such scenic hike that we highly recommend is a Champuan Ridge Walk. We recommend going early in the morning or late afternoon because it can get hot. The trail is paved and suitable for hikers of all levels, and along the ridge you're rewarded with sweeping views on either side. trail ends at a small village that you can explore and reward your effort with food or a refreshment at one of the small cafes.
Another rewarding trek located in the heart of Ubud meanders through the lush green rice terraces of Kajang village. It's not as heavily trafficked or touristy as other highly Instagrammed rice terraces, and that's what gives this area its charm and authentic feel. That means you'll be seeing none of this and more of this. Begin the trek by turning onto Jalan Kajang from the main road just a block away from Ubud Palace. The street is lined with vendor stalls and cool shops and quickly gives way to a narrow path that winds through tropical foliage and beautiful rice terraces. Along the way, you'll come across charming cafes and warung serving up fresh coconuts, tasty meals, and other refreshments.
Speaking of warangs, there are so many great eating options in Ubud. Can't list all the places that we enjoy dining at, but here are a few places that we think are worth mentioning.
Yellow Flower Cafe. This quickly became one of my favorite places to eat. We went there quite a few times for their great breakfast options. I love their fresh fruit smoothie bowls, while my favorite, the Balinese breakfast, is something I could eat every single day. And these sweet pups provided great entertainment each morning.
Nadi Nuri's, the place to go for barbecued meats, which they grill right in front of the restaurant. Pork ribs are the star of the show here. And their martinis, they pour them all the way to the top of the rim here. One dish I was super excited about trying was babi guling, or roasted suckling pig. I told our driver Juli, and he brought us to his favorite spot and bought us lunch. In this dish, you get small chunks of perfectly cooked pork meat, minced pork satay, fried cracklings, a scoop of white rice, and a nice helping of sambal on the side.
Amy's going for the crispy skin.
All right, so we are at the Siam Night Market. And our new friend Aris is showing us around. And always on our list, no matter where we travel to, street food. And what better place to find street food than at a night market? With our new friend Aris to show us around, we explored Siam Night Market and sampled all kinds of tasty dishes till we felt like we're about to burst. Aris, what do we have here?
Yeah.
What is that?
Shomai.
Oh my god. Cool.
Thank you.
Yum. While there's plenty to explore in town, Ubud also serves as a convenient jumping off point for day trips and excursions to a number of popular destinations. There's a variety of ways to get around the island. We opted to hire a driver.
There's Juli.
Meet Juli. I was referred to Juli while on my first trip to Bali, and fortunately for us, he's still driving and offering tours 7 years later. There's something to be said about finding a dependable and personable driver who's happy to share with you his passion about Balinese culture and traditions.
Our first excursion was to Tukad Chipong Waterfall. Located about 50 minutes from Ubud, this beautiful waterfall is well worth a visit and will likely add to your ever-growing collection of eye-catching vacation photos. To get to the falls, you will descend a steep staircase into a canyon surrounded by steep rock walls. You'll have to do a little ducking and wading until you end up at the base of the falls, where you can witness the sun rays and the water from the Chipong River cascade down into the cavern.
Any first-time trip to Bali should include a visit to Pura Tirta Empul. Meaning holy water spring, Tirta Empul is a picturesque temple where Balinese Hindus purify themselves by means of ritual bathing in the holy spring water that bubbles up on the temple grounds. As with this temple and any other holy site you visit on Bali, please be respectful of local traditions and rules. Both men and women should cover their shoulders. A short sleeve shirt will suffice. Bare legs will need to be covered with a sarong and tied with a sash. The people of Bali graciously allow us to visit their holy places, so please do some research on temple etiquette if you do plan to visit any of these temples.
There are those places that we all come across in our travels that simply take our breath away, and these next two stops did just that for us. Rice terraces can be found all over Bali, yet Jatiluwe rice terraces still blew us away. The main path here is paved, making for an easy scenic stroll. There are also trails that split off from it that give you the option to explore different corners of the rice fields. And while I was intrigued with the irrigation system that supplies water to all 1,500 acres of Jatiluwe, Amy was more interested in making friends with some of the workers that help maintain and fertilize the fields. Rounding out this abbreviated list is the awe-inspiring temple complex Gunung Kawi. Known for its shrines, or chandi, which are carved into the faces of sheer rock cliffs, this place will leave you saying, "What?" Believed to have been constructed in the 11th century by King Anak Wungsu in honor of his father King Udayana, the chandis on the premises are said to be dedicated to the royal family as well as to his chief concubines. Another unique feature to this temple complex is an area on the property where stone caves are carved into rock, which Buddhist monks would sit in for deep contemplation.
These are just a few ideas of places to explore in and around Ubud, and there is so much more to see. It really depends on how much time you have, how early you want to wake up, and how much effort you want to put in for the experience. There's one thing for certain: Ubud is a worthwhile place to stay to explore some of the most amazing sights on the island of Bali. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to follow along on our adventures. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Bali travel series as we take a break from trekking and temple hopping and head to the Gili Islands for a little fun in the sun and water.